My name's Hepworth Holzer. I've been practicing law in Idaho for 32 years now. It's been a great thing, the opportunity to help a wide variety of people because of the bad acts of another person have ended up as paraplegics or have lost a loved one, have lost a child or a parent to something horrible, and people who have had real injuries, less serious than those, but real injuries and are just trying to navigate their way through how to address this injury and how to get back to where they were. Our goal is just to get them back to their real life. When I got out of high school in Texas, I moved right to Colorado and spent 4 years skiing. Went to work in the restaurant industry, was a bartender, was a cook, ultimately was an owner of a restaurant for a little while in western Colorado. Went to work in the hotel industry for a while, again, and realized that I wanted something more. So that's when I went to college and got my undergraduate degree at Mesa State College, and from there went looking for what's the future, and law was my future. And the best skiing on earth has one of the best law schools in the United States. So I got to graduate from the University of Utah College of Law. Our firm tries to stay focused on Idaho generally. While most of Idaho is here in the Treasure Valley, we've represented people from Sandpoint and Bonners Ferry to Pocatello and Idaho Falls to Soda Springs. So all over Idaho, certainly central Idaho as well. But in appropriate circumstances, we've also represented people from California to North Dakota to Minnesota to Texas. So while we'll do a little more national reach, we're primarily focused on the state of Idaho. The most important thing for me, the thing that gets me up in the morning with my clients every day, is the opportunity to change their lives and make it better. We have a tagline at our firm, life-changing law. And really what's happened is people's lives have been changed and come to us, and what we want to do is change their lives back to normal so they can get back on the path they want to be on. That's the most important thing. One of the things I tell clients all the time is, you are the most powerful person in this room because they get to make the decisions about what's going to happen. I give guidance, I give advice, I empower them to make decisions. Being an injury client is a stressful thing, so it's important to help them clients feel comfortable, to feel supported. One of the ways you do that is just by being accessible, being there for them, communicating with them. Don't let them walk into the next phase of the litigation without full knowledge of what's going to happen. What's a deposition? What's a medical examination? What's the first step of trial? What's going to happen in the next phase of the litigation? Always there to answer questions and making sure my staff can answer those questions too. It's far from just me and the other lawyers at the firm that make this work for our clients. It's the folks who provide support to us, our paralegals, our legal assistants, even our receptionists. I think one of the things that really sets me apart from other attorneys in the field is my commitment to lifelong learning of technique, of litigation. How do you do a jury selection? Are there new ways to do jury selection? I was just practicing the other night a methodology for jury selection I'd never used before. Was I great at it? Not yet, but I will be. How do I give a good opening? What's the new theories of how our society is evolving and how jurors are evaluating things? How do we communicate to people? There's always, right, I'm of a generation. There's generations after me that I need to talk to, younger people I need to talk to, members of the greatest generation I need to talk to still as a lawyer, and making sure that I develop those communication skills so they understand what I'm saying. They understand what we're trying to do for our clients and why it's the right thing to do. I think clients would describe me as a straight shooter, no holds barred, very honest with them. People need to understand the reality of what they're facing. Sometimes it's bad and there are problems, and making sure that clients have the opportunity to wrestle with those problems and face them in an honest way. It's just a very important thing in my view. There is no other firm in the history of Idaho that has the long tradition of success for individuals that our firm has. My partner, Charlie Hepworth, Charlie's a great lawyer. His father founded a firm in 1952, and we are the descendants of that firm. And having that depth of knowledge, that depth of experience, that depth of representation of folks is something that really nobody else can claim to have in the state. And the scope of success that we've had over the years, it's really something we're quite proud of. I mean, there are other good lawyers in the state. I'm not going to say there's not, but nobody has the scope of experience or the history of success that our firm has. The culture of our firm is one that seeks the best at all levels, for not just for our clients, but for each other. The best in performance, a willingness to talk to each other about failures, for lack of a better word, limitations. When we have blinders on, that's part of the process. It's lifting each other up to be the best that each of us can be, from the people who run the mail to our most senior trial attorney, Charlie Hepworth. That really is what everybody does.